What's up everyone, Allan Morrow here from AIM Studios and welcome to the Tranceportal YouTube channel. In today's episode of In the Studio With, I'm going to be showing you some techniques that I use to sort of evolve my melodies when they may be getting a little bit repetitive, or showing you different sort of ways that you can send your melody in a little bit of a different direction. So thanks a lot for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Let's get started. Okay, so what I have here is two pieces of MIDI. For any of you that are brand new to production, MIDI is basically just a file that holds information such as, like, you know, melody notes that are played in, whether you've recorded it in or it's already pre-done and it's just a file that's been sent to you from a remix pack or anything like that, or just a file that you downloaded offline. So I've got two MIDI files here, just basically dragged and dropped in, and then I've just basically allocated a sound to these. So I've got this first one, which is classed as the melody, I guess, with a pluck playing here to it. Let me just turn this down a sec. So I've basically just got a melody here with a pluck from one of my sound banks that I've added to it, just to give us a bit of context to the sound. That just repeats through. The reason why I've got it repeating through is this is basically why I'm doing this tutorial, to show you how you can sort of change that up a little bit. And then what I've got down here is just a sub pad, just to give it a little bit more sort of context to the overall sound. And this sub pad is just following the bass notes of this melody. So you've got this melody here, it's in A minor, or the white notes, and basically this is the sort of, I guess, the bass progression that you've got here. So you've got A, C, G and F, and it just basically repeats through. And then this sub pad is just following that, just to give it a little bit of a low bottom end, just for the purpose of this tutorial. So I'll just play this one separately. And that again just repeats through. So the whole purpose of this tutorial is I want to basically show you is you might get sort of melodies like this, either whether through it's a remix pack or anything like that, or you might have even wrote a bit of a melody. And quite often when you see sort of melodies and stuff, whether it's from remix packs and stuff, the progressions can quite often just keep repeating like this. Now, one thing that I like to do to sort of give the track a little bit more of a different direction, or sort of change it up a little bit, is I like to change these bottom notes. And what I've got over here is I've got some that I prepared earlier, because I didn't want to sit here and go through all the different changes with you guys. But basically what I've done is I've saved, so I've done this is the old version, the very repetitive version. And then I've got another version here where I've changed the bottom notes. Now, one of the times that this helps the most is you might be writing a melody and you might have your top hook, for example, which I guess you would class as these notes here. Let me just go into this a second and just mute these. So you might have your top notes like this. And you might have a sort of riff that's sort of really catchy, you know, you really like it, but it's getting a little bit repetitive and you want to sort of change it up a little bit. So you might come into your melody, you know, and you might start changing some of the notes, like here, for example. Let's put these back. You might start changing some of these notes, for example. And you might find that it sort of just veers off course a little bit and it doesn't quite sound right. So one thing that I like to do, if you've got the hook sounding nice on the top, but you still want to keep the essence of that hook, but you want to change it up a little bit, is I go in and I change the actual low end bottom progression. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you hear this first one, and then when you come to this one here, so this is the next part of again, this first part's repeated, and then what you'll see here is this one that's slightly changed color. I've changed that underlining progression. And I've also changed these ones here. So I'm just going to play this all through for you so you can hear from start to finish. But take note of when it comes to sort of this part, you'll hear that the top riff and the overall hook is still the same, but the direction of the sort of melody changes, and it sort of gives it sort of a different sort of feel. So let's have a little listen. Okay, so what I've basically done here is I've copied, obviously you've got your 8/16 bar riff here, melody, sorry. This is 16. Then after the first 8, I've gone, okay, let's sort of change this up a little bit. Sorry, not 8, 7, because I've changed this last one here. So all I've done is I've picked another note in my scale, the A minor scale, and brought it from the last note here was this F, and I've gone down to D. That's still in the A minor scale. And for the last part here, I've just varied it up a little bit. Now, in the next 8 bars, what I've done is I've completely changed this pattern now. Now, I've not completely changed it and just gone completely off course, but what I've done is I've moved some of these progressions around. So I'm still playing the F there, and I'm still playing the C, only this time you'll notice that they're sort of, they're in different positions. So here it's in the 4th bar. This time I've changed it to the 1st one after changing this 8th one here. So when it just comes through this, you start to see that it just gives it a little bit of a different direction. The top notes haven't changed at all, but the bottom notes have, and it just makes it sound a lot different. So if I just give you a little example, this is the 1st bar of this section. Then you also have this. This is the same top notes again. So same top notes, but slightly different vibe underneath. So this is how I would go about changing the melody. This can happen for anything. This is a very basic sort of melody on the top, but you might have a melody that's sort of going up and down and a lot of different notes changing on the top. But this same sort of technique still works for that. You obviously just have to go through, find out what sort of sounds nice, what sort of changes sound nice. And obviously you want it to come back on itself and resolve nicely, so it's not sounding awkward as it gets to the end part of the melody and then it's coming back to there. So just have a little play around again and let you listen to this full way through. First 8 bars up to here is pretty much the same, apart from this last one that I changed, and then all of these have been changed quite a bit. This last one here is probably the most obvious, so what I'll do is I'll quickly just show you that once I've played this. Okay, so just going to quickly show you that sort of obvious one here. As I say, it's the same notes playing as they are in this bar here, but if you listen to the difference to here, so you're keeping the essence of the same sort of hook, but just sort of giving it a bit of a different vibe underneath. Now, this is something that I get a lot from my clients, and they really want to sort of evolve their melodies, and I find this is a great way to do it while still sort of keeping that essence of that hook. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. As I say, give it a little try, see what sort of works for yourself. But yeah, it's really helped me, and you can do it with any sort of melodies, whether it's a remix pack or whatever. Do you know what I mean? You don't always have to stick to the same sort of underlining progression. You can change it up if you want to change your remix, for example. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks a lot for watching this episode, guys. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification button for the Tranceportal YouTube channel. And also, I have my own YouTube channel as well. That's Allan Morrow Studios. /AM Studios, sorry. Yeah, and I do other tutorials like this as well. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll see you again.